Let me just make sure this is all good. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just make sure this is all good. There we go, perfect. Let's move that down there a bit. There we go. Perfect. Let me just get the link. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just putting the link into the chat now. There we go. Perfect. How is everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Luke. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Danny. Excuse the setup tonight. I am like mid getting my proper setup done. So the desk is done. We've got a whiteboard behind us, and it's craziness everywhere. But it's all good. Hello, Seawig. Hello, Alan. Hello, Goloff. Hello, Steve. Timothy. Hello, James. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your weekend's been, guys. Let me know what you've been up to. And I hope everyone has had a great weekend and is looking forward to next week. Again, normally the setup looks a lot better than this, and it's going to look incredible, hopefully tomorrow night. But there's been a lot going on and getting everything set up. But most of it is. We've got the desk, we've got the cameras, and we've got everything here. I thought it was so cool. I've got a Donald Duck thing, which is like Bitcoin. Which is really cool. It's really heavy. So yeah, I've got some art pieces. It's good. It's going well. Hello, Paul. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Chief. Hello, Heath. Hello, Dylan. WYG. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, let me know how your weekend's. Gone. If you are new to the live, then welcome. What we tend to do on the lives is have a quick catch up, see how everyone is, answer any questions. Then from there, we'll get into the chart, mark up any nice levels like. This exact bottom, which was marked up live last week, this exact top, and this exact top. All the levels last week were absolutely spot on, like just beyond beautiful. And so hopefully we'll be capturing some more of those nice levels as well. Same to you, Katie. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Nate. Hello, hello, hello. Big Max, how's it going? How's it going, Brickshed? Interior design alongside your other talents. To be fair, I did get someone else to help do this, and so basically, I basically just got someone to basically sort everything out. But there wasn't enough time to get everything done today, so they'll be coming back tomorrow to finish it off. I am terrible. I did help putting the desk together. That's probably why the drawers are backwards. So yeah, work in progress. Screen's frozen. Let me sort this out. Let me go over here and get rid of this. Save. Is it actually frozen or is it not frozen? Should be all right. Okay, let me do this. There we go. Should be good now. Not for me. Okay, perfect. But yeah, let me know how your weekend's been, guys. Let me know what you've been up to. And if you did manage to capture these trades last week as well, really, really nice work. We need to recover this week. To be fair, I'm all right with sort of continued ranging at these lows. I'm absolutely fine with this 100%. I think last week's price action was very, very nice. It was. I don't know. I feel like everyone was looking for buys all the way, like in this sort of range here, and the sells were just so clean and so nice, especially this one. That it was very nice price action. So I hope this continues. The price action last week, every level that was marked up was pinpoint perfect, and so hopefully get something like that to continue is very nice. So yeah, and again, guys, I do apologize for the setup tonight. Normally the setup does look a lot better, but I'm in the middle of changing everything around. So I've got a whiteboard. So, you know, we're going to be drawing some stuff on the whiteboard to hopefully make it easier to understand. And we've got a bunch of other things as well. So it's going to be it's going to be really good. Definitely trying to build a setup which makes it easier for me to explain things to you, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Hello, Bella. Hello, Matty. Hello, DB. Hello, Steve. Evening, brother. Hello, XPR. Let me just turn this off. Let me move this over. But yeah, let's get into it. Hello, Zach. Hello, John. Andy, we've got a lot of people on tonight. Love that. Love a whiteboard. Max being artistic. No, I am... Listen, there's going to be some terrible drawings on that whiteboard, but I think I'm going to probably begin by overusing it, and it's going to work against me. But eventually, I'll get used to it and whatever. But yeah, we're going to have like different sort of angles and everything like that. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really happy with the art pieces that I got. I think this one is so fitting, like it's actually insane. I think this is really, really, really cool. So yeah, I'm kind of addicted to buying them now. It's really fun. It's like being back at school. Yeah, I mean, it does make it easier. Sometimes I draw things on the charts. Like I draw quite a bit with the pen on TradingView. Like, I do draw quite a lot, and it's very difficult to draw because obviously you're using a mouse. Whereas on a whiteboard, I can draw things a lot easier. So a very simple example is when I'm drawing out a bell curve to show like an even distribution. It's very difficult on TradingView. Whereas I can whip out the whiteboard, slide it in, boom, 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 and it's all good. So yeah. Building your drawers backwards. It was good, Clint. It was good. Very busy. Hired another person, which was really good. I just told a guy, he's a young Italian guy, very nice. And so I've just told him I've hired him for another position which I've got going on, which is really, really, really cool. So that was very nice to explain to him. And then yeah, just lots of work in, a lot of file stuff this weekend. Unfortunately, I hate like sorting out files and stuff and like organizing files. I hate doing that. But it had to be done. So a bunch of things there, basically like sort of weird admin stuff and yeah. So it's been good though. And yeah. I draw stickmen and images on my inner demons. Basically, I draw a picture of the taxman. Love that, Yusuf. I need a job. I'll send you my CV. Definitely, I mean, if you do something like pretty sort of interesting or you're very good at like a particular thing, then definitely let me know. There's been actually quite a few cases of me hiring people from the community. Obviously, I don't make it public when I'm hiring someone. It's I'm not going to just openly say that. And yeah, so yeah, it's interesting. Solid, reliable, and loyal. Sounds good to me. Actually, you go over high volume session marking, please. So Daniel, there's sort of 3 different ways to mark up high volume sessions. So the one which is the easiest is session volume range profile. Now that is just using a simple indicator on TradingView called session volume. If we type it in here, you see session volume profile HD. Very, very, very easy. You just slap that on your chart and then it'll come up with, if we go to the left-hand side, it'll come up with this. This shows you volume at on a particular day. So for example, we can see the volume of Friday is here. Highest volume node is up here. Then we can see the volume of Thursday, the volume of Wednesday, the volume of Tuesday, the volume of Monday. This can be super, super, super strong. So that's the easiest way. It's very objective. And then the second way is pulling a fixed volume range profile. So this is, you get a tool on TradingView. This isn't an indicator, it's a tool. And then you can drag that across a range like this. And then it gives you a volume profile off that given range, which is obviously very, very nice. Means you can be a bit more dynamic with it. And then there's visible volume range profile as well. Visible volume range profile, I'd probably avoid for most people because it's a lot more weird to use. Can be very good, but for most people, I think just sticking with session volume or the fixed volume range is the way to go. Hello team, your zones were sweet, Max, but next time make sure they aren't hit at night, please. Not everyone is used to trading your Dubai time zones. Okay, Greg, I'll try. I don't know which level. This level, I don't know what time this one was. Okay, this one was a very good time. The main one, luckily, came at a very good time. These two were a bit not as good. Staying up for Super Bowl tonight, so I'll be awake during Asia for the first time. So, sod's law, it's going to be boring tonight. True that, Andy. To be fair, Asia has been very good the past 2 months. Asia's been very nice, and look, it goes in sort of cycles. Asia's either really good or really not not very good. And so hopefully it continues. Asia's just been on massive sloping moves, which is very, very nice. Still Sarah about as a miss by 20. Ah, that's unfortunate, Reese. That is annoying. I can see you use in a video. It was you marking out high volume points on the highs. Yeah, Daniel. So most of the time when I'm using volume profiles, it's with the session volume profile HD, which is this one. So this gives naked point of controls, which are very strong. We've got one here. I will be using that in my markup. And part of the reason I did enter this trade here was because of this naked point of control here. Like, I use them all of the time. And here you can see, literally, naked point of control. Right there, that is from here. Like, absolutely pinpoint perfect. So they are very strong and super objective, which is nice. You just slap it on your chart and you can see it. So thank you, mate. You're a star. No problem, Daniel. But yeah, let's get straight into it. If you do have any questions throughout, obviously let me know, and I'll happily go into detail. And again, I apologize for the setup tonight. The setup isn't finished, so normally it does look a lot better. But we're mid changing things around right now, so we'll get to it though. But yeah, let's start on the 30-minute time frame. We'll remove this text here and this text up here, just to make it a bit clear up the chart a little bit. It's always nice when you first go to mark up your charts, you clean them up a little bit, just so you're sort of starting at a bit of a fresh canvas. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. So WRG, fib retracements are the exact same on any time frame. So one thing you'll notice with sort of how I trade is I don't put too much weight on time frames, and that is because time frames, I haven't mentioned this in a while, but time frames are fractals of each other. So for example, if I mark up if I show you a monthly time frame, yeah, and I put it next to a 1 minute time frame, no one will be able to tell the difference. They do look the exact same. And I encourage you to do this. Just go and screenshot a monthly time frame, go and screenshot a 1 minute time frame, or something like this. There's no difference in the price action. Time frames are just a fractal of each other, and so if it works on the 1 minute, it'll work on the 5 minute, it'll work on the monthly, it'll work on the daily, whatever. And so I don't put too much weight into time frames. I like to mark up on like a midterm time frame, like the 30 minute. I look for execution on the 3 minute time frame. So I don't put too much weight into it. Fibs are the same on every single time frame. It all works the same. And what you do to get a fib is you go to a previous high, for example, this previous high here. You go to a previous low, for example, this previous low here, and then you just pull the fib from that high to that low. And then after that low, all of these fib levels are strong levels. So you can see the golden pocket, like each level sort of slightly respected. You can see the golden pocket there, nice. Obviously wouldn't have taken this because there's not much confluence with it, and we are in an uptrend. But you can see how it is still respected there, just a random one. And then you can see 0.786, 0.886, and that's basically it. The best way, and I say this every single time, but the best way to learn fibs or to learn most things in trading is utilizing the Discord and the private group. So go mark up a Fibonacci level. Okay, mark up, pull a random fib. It doesn't matter if you get it right, wrong, backwards, doesn't matter. Okay, mark it up, put it in the Discord, and let other people see if you're right or wrong. Look, the first time you do it, you're probably going to be wrong. The second time you do it, you're probably going to be wrong. But you'll learn. And within an hour, okay, of just sending in fibs, and just when you get it wrong, do it again. When you get it wrong, do it again. When you get it right, do it again. When you get it right, do it again. Within an hour, you've locked down fibs. Like, that is it. You can learn fibs in under an hour. You can learn most things in under an hour just by doing it, doing it, posting it in the Discord, seeing where you got wrong, and then doing it again. Like, it's the best, it's the best thing to do. Again, Colin, there isn't a best time frame to look for divergences. The higher the time frame, the stronger it'll be, just because that's how it is. They carry more weight. But it doesn't really matter. The higher time frame ones are easier to catch and carry more weight, and the moves are going to be bigger, but that's just because it's a higher time frame. In proportion, it's basically the same. So higher time frames are going to be stronger no matter what you're looking at, just because like that's how it is. Like bigger time frames carry more weight. However, it doesn't matter too much. Like divergences work the same on all time frames. Jumat, I'll need that Discord handle. I'll text you on Telegram. Okay, no problem, do you, YG? All good. Good evening, Pips. Don't forget to thumbs up and like and subscribe. Appreciate that, Darren. One thing that works for me well is literally just drawing a box on Max's level, then trying to work out how he got the levels, pull fibs until it aligns, etc. Yeah, that's a really, really good idea, Alex. Yeah, that's brilliant. Basically, reverse engineering the levels is extremely good to do. And any sort of level, like look for a high or look for a low. So, for example, the most obvious high and the most obvious low, really, of last week, pretty much as this low here and this low here, and both of these were marked up live, but still. And going back and just looking, why did price bounce off there? Like, what was there? Why did price bounce there? And just reverse engineer it. Why did price bounce there? Like, what's going on? Like, just try and find like patterns in what's going on. And that's really good. And it also trains your brain, something which no indicator can code. And you'll build up again, I say it all the time, but the discretionary ability to know when a level's going to be strong and when it's not going to be strong. It's really, really, really good to do. And there are a lot of times where I'll see a level and I'll be like, I don't know if that's going to be good. It's an objective good level, but like, yeah, I've seen it a lot. I don't know whether it's going to be that nice. And so, yeah, it's important. Yeah, Daniel, any previous high to any low and any previous low to any high, just make sure the low and the high is the lowest point and the highest point between them. So, for example, if you pull a fib from a low to a high, between here and here, this is the lowest point and this is the highest point. And then alternatively, if you're pulling from a high to a low, let's say you're pulling it from here to here, okay, this is the highest point and this is the lowest point. That's extremely important. Hello, Craig. There is actually a really good Fibonacci PDF inside the private group, which just break everything down quite nicely. By the man, the myth, the legend, Craig. It's in the educational resources section of the private group. All good, Darren. We're just sort of catching up. Gone over fibs a few times, but yeah. All good, Daniel. All good. And then definitely, Daniel, like from what you see tonight, definitely just go onto the charts and just mark up a couple. Like, you know, take you 10 seconds just to sort of, like, you see it and then you action it. And then it just sink in. And once it's sank in, you've got it. Like, you'll never struggle with it. Yes, Prash. So I do have it changed. So it's 200. So I'll show you here. I have it. Oh, no, value area 70. Oh, no, this is the different one. On fixed volume range profile, I have it so inputs is row size is 200, but value area stays the same, 70. So yeah, need some 1,000 to 3,000 R this week, Craig. Come on, Craig, don't leave us hanging. But yeah, Prash, it's the same as normal, 70%. So basically, what that's saying is the coloured part in the value area is 70% of the volume that was transacted in that area. That's what it's saying. And basically, if price falls outside of that area, it's a statistical anomaly, and we can expect price to reverse back into the area. A clear example of this is we go here, pull this across. When price is above the value area, above this this blue line, between here and here, this area shows 70% of volume. If price goes above this area, then that's considered a statistical anomaly, so we can anticipate price to come back down into this area. If price goes down below it, then that's considered, again, a statistical anomaly, and we can anticipate price to come back up into the value area. And that's basically what it's saying. Even Max, hello, John. Hello. Again, I do apologise for the setup tonight, guys. I didn't quite get the setup finished, which is annoying, but it will be done soon. It will be soon. Fibonacci thing and Vu Man Chow Mein. Love that, Yusuf. I totally agree with Reese and Craig. Need to smash another 10k this week. Need some solid signals, Craig. Please don't mix it up with solid stop losses. Only kidding, mate. I appreciate your work as always. Love that, Darren. Yeah, another 10k week would be brilliant for you, Darren. And look, no pressure, but like we're expecting big things, but no pressure, of course. No, all good, Prash. All good. Treat everyone to weekly analysis this week, Max. That's it, markets are fucked now. We're getting back to normal. Love that, Craig. I love that. Yeah, last week of the challenge now, so it should be a good week. I'm looking forward to it. And then obviously we've got the event at the end of this month. Shout out to everyone who's coming to the event. That's on the 28th of this month. We're going to be doing an in-person event in London with a only trading community in the UK, and I believe in the whole of Europe as well, who's doing a in-person events to this scale that I know of. So yeah, really cool stuff. So looking forward to it. I'll come to the next one when I'm a lean shed. I look forward to it, Reese. Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. I'm looking forward to it. Everyone gets to, meet each other, and then also it's just going to be a really good day. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. That's good news. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. We've done one in-person event before in London, and then we're going to be doing another one again at the end of this month. So shout out to everyone who's coming to that. Definitely going to make it a really good day. Ready to get full portal market open. Oh god, definitely be careful on Sundays. Sundays are obviously going into market open is pretty scatty, I think is the best way to put it. Prices everywhere. So definitely be careful when looking at that. Great gold analysis earlier, mate, has really helped me target areas for my ladders buys. Nice, Alan. Love that. Be another next year. Daniel, we're going to try and do more in-person events every like few months. So they're going to be a continued thing. Obviously, each event we're going to get better and better and better. And there's going to be a lot of surprises and a lot of stuff there as well. So if you can, definitely, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at what's going on. So let's delete this. Let's delete this. Let's get rid of this. We have broke out of this now. Probably get rid of this. Move this over. There we go. Okay, if we break this high, I do want something there. Still can't believe this huge sell. Boom. Okay, we do have a golden pocket just above it that lines up perfectly with these previous lows. Very nice. Point of control we've already used of that one, so can't really use that. Now I'm curious where this lines up. Okay, no. Daily open. There is a previous daily open there. I guess we could use... let's have a look here. VWAP's a bit lower, and we've already used that VWAP, so that's not there. Yeah, we'll mark it up, but it's unfortunate that nothing really lined up there. What we'll do is we'll mark this up there, and we'll go golden pocket plus pre-daily open plus pre-lows. Perfect. I hope we do continue to range at this area, though. Boom. There we go. Brilliant. Down Wales, just kidding. I'll be there on the next one. Love that, Daniel. And yeah, we'll look to do them all over. I mean, obviously it's easier to do in London because majority of members are in and around London, so it's definitely a lot easier to do. But we'll try and do them all over, and we'll do little events as well. Not all the time. I'll be able to come back to the UK. Obviously, it's a bit of a distance. But we'll try and come up with the best sort of solution all round. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this looks all right. I don't mind this at all. And then what we can do is pull this here. Actually, we've already got that. And then pull it from this low to this high. Previous daily open there is looking particularly nice. What we can do, maybe a gap down on market open would really be nice, actually. So let's go golden pocket plus previous day open. And it's got the 4800 psychological level, which is very nice. Boom. By the way, if you are new to the live, make sure you drop a hi in the chat. Let us know you're here. And if you do have any questions regarding anything trading related or anything to do with the private group or anything like that, you know, completely open, transparent, you can ask anything and I'll happily answer. If you got any questions, again, regarding trading, the private group, crypto, anything like that. And yeah, I'll happily go into detail. I do go live every night at 8 p.m. UK time. And then also I've been going live sort of start of New York session as well. I'm going to try and go live start of London, start of New York, and start of and on a night as well. And so doing a lot more live streams. I do really enjoy them. I see the value there, and trying to get live during the day is something that I want to continue as well. Craig stealing the zones. This looks really nice. I like the fact that this daily open hasn't really been respected here. It makes me think like this next time it is going to. I can't really like put it into words. We've got these previous lows as well, which actually does look very nice. Yeah, this looks good. And also, it would kind of form like a kind of convoluted, like inverse head and shoulders. See, that's where I need the whiteboard. So it would make sense for that to happen as well. Let's move this over here. Jason, I have to see that as we approach the level. Obviously, I don't know the volatility as we're approaching the level. I don't know how fast we're approaching the level. And I don't know my entry for the level. Like, for example, if we come down and I want to layer into the position, I might enter here, here, here. So then my stop loss being there obviously isn't good. I want to put my stop loss further down, like there. And so, you know, I'll have to see what my, what sort of it looks like as we approach the level and how I intend to actually execute on the trades. Do I just want to get all in? Do I want to layer into the position as we come down? Do I want to add to the position as we go up? Like, what's sort of going on? Nice, Enver. Look, welcome to the team, mate. Welcome to the team. Sounds good. Really enjoy the lives. Really helpful. I believe it has something to do with the chat. Yusuf. That's brilliant. Craig Fluence in the house. Love that. Craig Fluence is undefeated. How comes you love the fib up after marking it? What do you mean by that, Daniel? What do you mean love the fib up after marking it? What do you mean? Full margin buys at the level. We'll have to see. One thing is important. Unlike these levels here, we'll have to see how market opens. Like, that gives us a really good depiction. Like, how market opens tonight and Asia session gives us a really good depiction of how levels will be respected, what levels are being respected. Okay, are we ranging that week? Am I going to be looking for levels in the value area high, value area low? Are we going to be trending? Then I'm going to be looking for pullback levels. Like, what market conditions are we in? And that allows me to distinguish which levels are going to be strong, which levels aren't going to be strong. And so it's important for me to see how market opens and sort of how price does respect Asia. What's your opinion on the 0.786 from swing high to low in the value area high? I believe it's very close to where market will open. Oh. Let me get rid of this. It seems like it's going to be really close. So yeah, it does look nice. Like, it looks nice, but market opens so close to it that if I put that level on, I might see a level, market opens, and like I might get into the position when I really shouldn't straight on market open. Like, on market open, you really shouldn't get into a position. And to be fair, I see us ranging a bit more. So I see us taking out these highs, and we have formed now. If we look here, we've formed a low, a high, a low. One would anticipate us to form a higher high here, then maybe come down, form a lower low here, like just standard market structure, which seems nice. So, like, the fact that it goes against this market structure and it's so close to market open it's swaying me a little bit. So, after placing it, how come you move the fib up after placing it? Which fib do you mean? So, Which fib do you mean? So I'll move my fib around a lot to try and find like the best highs. So for example, I'll pull a fib from this high to this low, and then I'll move it down to this high and this low. We do have a 0.886 there as well. So we got 0.886, 0.786, previous highs, value area high. Let's look back on the chart. We do have significant lows here as well. Honestly, that's looking better and better. Okay, that's looking better and better. It does have a lot of confluence there, XPR. Look, that is a very nice level. The two things which are swaying me are market open. You definitely got to be careful. And then also, you know, clear market structure. But then again, you know, you've got to be in the, like, C in terms of buys and C as in terms of sells. Because we could see this as, you know, an impulse move down, then sort of like capitulation here, sort of a range here before a further move down. So we could tag this before a further move to the downside. Like there is there's two sides. So being aware of the buyer's bias and being aware of the seller's bias is very, very important, obviously. Yeah, exactly, Craig. Exactly. Yeah, market open is a pain in the ass and can be very annoying. Look, sometimes market open's beautiful. We've seen quite a few times market open at a level and then come down. Like that's painful. Like that is painful. And so yeah, it's up to your risk tolerance. Like it's up to your risk tolerance. Nice, Matty. That's really, really, really good, mate. Really good. I think definitely psychological levels are so strong. And definitely keep in mind, when you're marking up a level, or when anyone can use this in their trading, no matter what system you're using, no matter what trades you're following, no matter what, okay, keeping an eye at psychological levels. 4,600, 4,700, 4,800. Even if you're scalping, 4,750. 4,800, 4,850. Those like psychological levels, they tend to get little bounces. And also something which is very nice as well is if you're using fibs, something which I did last week for, I'm pretty sure all of these levels had something in common, and that was fib alignments. Looking for multiple fib levels to line up. For example, you get a 0.786 and a golden pocket literally dead on. Like dead on. Like it's very rarely you don't get a nice bounce. Like it really, like it very rarely happens. So yeah. C5K on market. I mean, it's not that much above this level. Again, 0.786 does line up. 0.786 is pretty much 5K. If we pull this here, XPR. Like 0.786 is 5K, like dead on 5K. So it's interesting. It's interesting. It's something to keep in mind. I'm gonna draw a little line there, like a dark green line. Sorry, a dark red line. It's something to keep in mind. All good, Garen. How you doing? It's Golden Pocket. Sorry, New Year. Nathan, all good. And definitely ask questions, 100%. So, and again, if you have any further questions, look, when you're first jumping into this, like anything, there's going to be a lot of questions and things are going to sound a bit weird. But once you've been here a few times, you'll pick it up like fairly quickly, really. But a Golden Pocket is basically a Fibonacci retracement, which is this tool here on TradingView. If you pull it from a, let's say, price action looks like this. This is price, okay? Let's say you pull this from a low to a high. So we've just pulled this from a low to a high. This gives you significant levels to look for when price is retracing. That's all it is. And the Golden Pocket is between the 0.618 level and the 0.65 level. It basically shows a very strong level for price to bounce off if we anticipate it to continue to the upside. That's basically what it shows. And in the course, in the private community, I do go over this in quite a bit of detail. So yeah, with much more knowledge. I love that, Daniel. I love that. And there is a lot, like the trading space is very like you can. There's so much to learn. And look, I'm always learning as well. And I think if you ever stop like learning and stop adapting, you'll get run over no matter who you are. And so it's definitely important to keep learning. And yeah. This should be in the whiteboard. Yeah, it should. I need to find the pens for it. I've got the whiteboard now. I've got the new cool setup. I've even got a sofa in here. Maybe do some podcasts, so looking forward to it. I wait until morning, wait for the market to settle at 10ish, see what it shows. Personally, but yeah, really good, Matthew. Really good. Some people wait like 15, 30 minutes after market open. Other people wait, an hour. Other people wait till the morning. I personally do. I look at how market opens and I look at Asia. They give a lot of data and a lot of insight, and you can get a really good sort of vision on how price will look, especially on that Monday. But in terms of executing trades, I have to agree with Matthew. I do think it's best to wait until the day fully starts. Mainly New York, really. Appreciate the explanation. How do you combine the golden pocket fibs with the indicator you have at the bottom? So, Nathan, a really, really great question. So, what we've done there, you see earlier when I marked up that line, so price doing this, okay? And I pulled the fib from this low to this high, okay? We've just done it on price action now, so we can just remove this. We've just done it on price action. Boom. I actually pulled a fib from, instead of that low, I pulled it to this low. You can play around with which lows you pull it to and which highs. That you'll learn from experience. But let's say price came down to this level. Okay, price came down to this level. Okay, then what I'd do is I'd go to a lower time frame, normally the 1 minute, the 3 minute, 5 minute, and I'd look for my indicator along the bottom to be going up when price is going down. And that's what I'm looking for. So basically that shows something called a divergence in price. Now what a divergence is and divergences are across trading. There's loads of different types of divergences. I mean, there's loads, okay? Even from, looking at correlated pairs and when correlated pairs diverge from each other, like everything. I think of a divergence in terms of two cars, okay? So you've got your indicator or whatever you're comparing price to, and then you've got price. They both go like this. Now, what happens if your indicator keeps going in this direction, but price veers off? Okay? They're correlated, so this is going to snap back. So imagine you've got two cars with a rope attached. They're going in this direction. If price starts to veer off, they're attached to each other. They should be going in the same direction. It'll eventually snap back into place. So if my indicator is going like this, but price is going like this into a strong level, then I can anticipate, okay, my indicator is going to the upside, price is going to the downside, there's a divergence, and price is going to the downside into a strong level. I anticipate this to be a reversal and bounce from this level. Then I'll enter at that level. A great video to explain this is on the YouTube. I've got a video explaining this indicator in detail. It's a 42-minute video going in depth into this indicator. You can check that out. And even if you don't want to use this indicator, there's some seriously great tidbits throughout that video that I definitely recommend. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the live, double tapping the screen does help spread the live around. DB. Great question on using the VWAP with price action, and great answer. Always wanted to understand that. Nice, cheers. Oh, nice, powerful sparks. Very nice. The VWAP is really nice. I really do like using VWAP as well. VWAP's such a nice indicator. It is really, really nice. So, boom. Let's get rid of this. Let's see what else we can sort of mark up. And by the way, guys, if you're checking out a level, or if you've got an idea of what price is going to do next week, if you've got your sort of opinions on the charts, let us know. Let us know your opinions. Like, we're all curious. And yeah, so currently got this buy level here. Looks nice. This level here, which is like because market open, and this level here. If this is very important, If we break this high, this level is invalidated. If we break this low, this level is, sorry, not that low. If we break this low, this level is invalidated. That's very important because we're using fibs. So basically, if we break this high, this one's a no-go. If we break this low, this one's a no-go. But I'll update the private group accordingly. Let's see what else then. I do quite want to level down here. Like, I think taking out this low and getting another bounce without taking this low, that seems quite nice. I think if we come down there, though, we're probably... we'll keep looking. How's Bitcoin looking? We'll take a look. We'll take a quick scan over to Bitcoin as well. To be fair, I'm quite happy with this. I don't know, something here seems... Let's look to the left-hand side of the chart. Okay, we do have a lot of previous lows there. Previous highs there. What we can do, something interesting, if you feel like a level's going to be nice, like look back on your charts. It's not a bad idea. And then I'll put a fixed volume range there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to style this. I'm going to extend right. Oh, not like that. Don't extend right. Okay, we'll use that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's mark from this low here to this high. Anything? I mean, that 0.786 is all right, but I think that's forcing it too much. Yeah. If something lined up there, I would have been definitely eyeing it up. 5:20 tonight by 1 a.m. We'll see. I think everyone's looking for it to go to the upside. Something which is important is I did a video on this ages ago. Is looking at the COT report. Something I mentioned a live stream ages ago. It's called the Commitment of Traders report. It's something that's released every single week, and it shows basically the amount of retail positions and the amount of like commercial positions, like institutional positions, basically. And something interesting with that is, I believe last week or the week before, there was like insanely high retail buying, but insanely high basically commercial trading selling. And so obviously the retail always loses. So if retail is buying a lot, whereas everyone else is selling a lot, there's sort of a mix up there. And we've got to factor in that everyone, for the last like 6 months plus, everyone anticipated the Fed to basically Jerome Powell to be kicked out. Someone put in who's more sort of in favor of rate cuts. That didn't happen. They put someone in who doesn't like to cut rates and is very against inflation. And so the market kind of like priced in like inflation being quite bad due to rate cuts. And now that we're probably not going to get rate cuts and inflation isn't going to be that bad, like maybe we're going to get a very nice pullback from that. So, gold will, not financial advice, but will always really trend to the upside over time. But that doesn't mean we're going to have runs like we have done. It doesn't mean it's just going to be a vertical line always. It is going to have pullbacks. It is going to have months of consolidating, even months of pulling back. Like that will happen. And so don't falsely fall into the belief that gold can't go down for a considerable period of time, or it can't range for a considerable period of time. Like it definitely can do that. And so, yeah, it's important. This is gold, Glaz. On the 4765. Would you ignore that because it's already been hit? So I've got mine's a bit slightly bit different to yours. So this daily open here, no, I wouldn't. So reason for that is twofold. One, if it's the previous daily open, this is really really important. If it's the previous daily open I always want to know about it. It's the previous day. Like, I want to know, okay? So that's really important. If it's a daily open that hasn't been hit since that day closed, then I want to know about it. For example, here it's the previous day, so I want to know about it. Here, since this day closed all the way back here, we didn't touch it. Didn't touch it. What happens when we did? Perfect bounce. That was a level which was given live. And so, and again here, I mean, this one we did touch after the fact. But even once we touched that, you can see perfect reaction there. You can see if we just look recently on the charts how strong daily opens can be and previous daily opens. Let's look. Like, you can see here, previous daily open, perfect bounce. Here, previous daily open, perfect bounce. Here, I mean, we blew through it there on the daily, but it did get a small bounce there, blew through to the downside, and then a perfect bounce there. Perfect bounce there. Like, just in recent price action, you can see how strong daily open. Perfect bounce there. More times than not, daily opens are respected. And yes, it sounds simple, but imagine, just in this recent price action, you can see how strong it is. Imagine pairing that up with some high volume nodes, maybe a VWAP, maybe some Fibonacci. Like, that can be a very nice edge for you. Like, you can definitely build a profitable system around daily open and a few other little things, pull it from wherever, and then just drill down risk management and drill down trade management to absolutely squeeze the most out of the system. And boom, you can make a consistent few hour a month, 100%. 100%. Let me remove that off the chart. From when market opens, so it depends on what time zone you're in, like always. It depends on what time zone you're in, but from market open, so normally 11. Reading the chat. Yes, Glaz. What do you mean? Another thing you can do is look at liquidity heat maps. You'll see 90% of liquidity on gold is lower down. 100%. That's something really, really good as well. A lot of people guess where liquidity is. So they say, like, liquidity is just above highs and below lows. Yes, there's liquidity there. There's also liquidity throughout the chart. That's how the chart moves. Like, there's liquidity everywhere. And so using, like, objective things to actually find where liquidity is very, very good. Something also to look at is open interest. Very, very nice. If you're into the crypto space, something very nice to look at is open interest plus CVD. Cumulative volume delta is super nice, especially on Bitcoin though. I find it's really good. Can you please explain VWAP? Yeah, so VWAP is volume weighted average price. It's like an EMA. So most people know what an EMA is. An EMA is exponential moving average. It basically puts more weight on the most recent candles to form like an EMA. A line on your chart, like it's dynamic support and resistance. A VWAP does the same thing, but it's weighted towards volume. And obviously volume is very important. And so it's weighted towards volume, and it resets at the start of each day, which is very nice. So then you get like up-to-date price action, up-to-date areas basically. And yeah, it's dynamic support and resistance. So it moves around, resets each day, and you can use it in confluence with other things to find strong levels. Nice, Darren. And hopefully another 10K week for you, Darren. We're rooting for you. My name is Glaz. Person, I am a YouTuber. How is, although making videos with other YouTubers about the stock market? Are you interested? Glaz, my Telegram is linked on the description. Definitely drop me a message or drop me an email or whatever. Get in contact and we can discuss things. Is it the two of the first candle? Yeah, so it's the first candle open of that day. You mate, spot on. You're 4,800, but I had 46.75 down for daily open 2 with a golden pocket and 4-hour previous not touched. Okay, Daniel, definitely stick with your markup. Something which is very, very important is definitely don't just like conform to my markup. Like, stick with your own markup, and that's how you'll really dial things in. Like, marking up your own levels and seeing, even if you take inspiration from mine, but like marking up your own, that's how you really like learn and grow in this space. 100%. Remain optimistic. That's my plan. 100%, Darren. You know what? This week, aim for 20k. Aim for the stars. Hit the moon. Like, aim bigger. But you know, definitely don't get cocky. You won't at all. But like, you know, keep it chill. Just another day in the park. Okay, 10k is just another week. I have, Nathan. I have used that. Oh. Wait there. I think it might be favorited on here. Oh no, it's not. I have heard of that indicator. I can't remember exactly what it is, Nathan. But I have definitely heard of that indicator. But I can't for the life of me remember what it is exactly. That's taken me back years ago. Years ago. There's a YouTuber who does it, isn't it, Nathan? There's a YouTuber who says about it, and his system's like around vector candles. God, that's a long time ago now. Price action on the chart for beginners. True beginners, focusing on price action, I think is definitely important. Indicators are, in a lot of ways, just there to allow you to visually see price action in another way, which might be easier for you to understand. It's not really showing you anything necessarily new at the charts. There's no golden indicator that's just going to magically, tell you what's going to happen in price. That doesn't exist. A lot of people try and look for that indicator, but it doesn't. But there's definitely a lot of indicators which can help you and assist you in your trading. I think when people very first start, just looking at price action and just getting familiar with candlesticks, with market structure, and just getting sort of familiar with how the market moves is a very good baseline. And then once they're built up, start off by sort of marking a basic support and resistance and stuff like this, and then building on from there. If you find that an indicator allows you to mark up structure better, allows you to mark up stronger levels, allows you to more easily get confirmations, then by all means add it into your system 100%. Yeah, I knew I had heard of it. That's the guy. I knew I had heard of it somewhere. Yeah, that's a long time ago now, though. Yeah, that's crazy. I got like flashbacks then. Not many people know. He is majority crypto space, isn't he? He covers like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything like that. Because majority people are in like the sort of traditional trading space. Like when I get into trading, the sort of first people who I sort of saw, just like got curious about were all like in the crypto space. So I didn't see any, like I didn't know about ICT and all of these things, which I wouldn't recommend, but I didn't know about all of these things. Like I started in the crypto space, so I started like looking at all of that, which is even more degenerate and even more weird and worse than the traditional trading space, if that makes sense. The crypto space is just crazy. Like it's mental. I've got loads of indicators in the bag that I'll use randomly for things. Yeah, Craig, sometimes, yeah, I'll put random things on. For example, the Fibonacci that I use at the bottom here, like, if you look at a lot of videos, I've got the RSI on it as well. Like, sometimes I'll have the RSI on, sometimes I won't. I adapt, and this is something which is super important. Adapt for the price action you're in. Sometimes I'll heavily use volume profiles. Like, if we're ranging, it's very clear. I think we're going to continue to range volume profiles. If I think we're in a trending market, then I won't put as much weight into divergences because they don't really have as much effect when we're in a trending market. Like all of these things, adapting to the market you're in is so important. And having a little goodie bag of indicators and things you pull out when the time's right is important. Very useful. I think it's killing it. Okay, nice Cappy Crypto. Always good to hear. Anyone who's making money in the trading space, look, I'm super happy for them. Oh God, Yusuf, I feel bad there. Yeah, a lot of the trading space though. I think there's the trading space where people think you just click buttons and make money, and like the automated trading space, and then there's the actual trading space. And I feel like we've bridged a lot of people into what they believe trading is versus what trading actually is. It's very important. The amount of people that don't really understand that trading is actually hard, and they think it's like just easy money, like completely easy money, or it's just like completely automated is absolutely insane. 100% Cappy Crypto, 100%. But something which is also, I spent a long time, when I was sort of starting this group and growing it, I spent a long time trying to convert people who were just trading gamblers and I really was like, please do this. Like, this is what you're doing right now. That is not trading. Like, this is it. And eventually, and that would take up a lot of, time, energy, and it was draining because they wouldn't listen. And so eventually, now I can kind of distinguish between the people who they say they're trading, but they're just they're full pouring news. They're buying a funded account every single day and just trying to get one good trade. And those, and I just, what, like, I'll tell you what I think you should do, but like, there's no changing their mind. They want to do that, and you know what, like, by all means, go do that. And I think it's very difficult to convert those people into actual consistent profitability. Definitely. Hello, Money Man. How you doing? It is. OBD takes a fair value up to takes liquidity, heat max sessions, and loads of others. All depends on the markets. What I use, 100% Craig. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. I don't think you'll see me whip out a fair value gap anytime soon, but yeah, 4,700 today. Nice. That sounds good. I mean, that's dead on. Are you Money Man? Are you using volume profile to get that level? Like, are you just seeing like, yeah, because that is dead on the value area low, like dead on the value area low. So it's interesting how you say that. It's interesting how a lot of people's systems do kind of line up with each other, though. I do find that quite interesting as well when various levels do line up. Yeah, I mean, I see that, Craig. Yeah, nice. She's popping in. What markets and strategy do you trade mostly? Ricky, so I mainly trade gold. I think it's important to pick 1-2 pairs maximum to trade, in my opinion, and learn them in and out, learn the market drivers behind them, etc. And then what I do is I do top-down analysis. So start on the higher time frames, 1 hour, 4 hour, even daily, just gauge the environment that I'm in. Then I go to the midterm time frames, the 15-minute, the 24-minute, the 30-minute, and I use those midterm time frames to identify high probability levels using Confluence. So I'll mark up areas using the golden pocket, previous daily open, value area high, value area low, point of control, naked point of control, high volume nodes, whatever it may be. And then when price approaches those levels, I'll set alerts. When price hits those levels, then I'll look for confirmations and I'll take those trades. Don't know anything basic analysis. That's all good, Money Man. That's all good. Sometimes basic analysis, sometimes keeping it very basic with a very basic like knowledge of trading and just decent risk management, you can break even. And I think something important is a lot of people try and go from unprofitable straight to profitable. Like that's a big jump. Try and go from unprofitable to break even. Being a break even trader is such a good point to be at. Like if you're not losing money, you're like so close to being profitable, just that little bit, and you've got no stress of losing money because you break even. Like, with your risk management and your system, you break even at the end of the month, at the end of the few months. It's such a nice mentality to be in, and we've got a lot of members who are at that stage right now as well in their own trading. And then it just takes a little bit of optimization, a little bit. Maybe they shouldn't trade Mondays and Fridays. Maybe they should only trade New York session. Maybe after a losing trade on a day, they shouldn't trade for the rest of the day. Those small little optimizations, and they're profitable. And then it's fine. Yeah, I think it should go unprofitable, break even, profitable. Instead of just unprofitable, I'm making loads of money straight away. I think that's important. With the odd banger, of a trade that runs. Yeah, nice, Steph. And something as well, which is very important, is I see this happening a lot in the trading space now as well. People sort of going for those, saying like, trying to always go for like 1 to 20 risk to rewards, because it's very marketable. You'll notice everything in the trading space, every strategy isn't purported on if it's good. It's purported on if it's easily marketed. And easy examples of this. What's easy to market? Mechanical. It's step by step. You can't get it wrong. If you type in systems into YouTube right now, what does every system have in common? It's mechanical. Easy to market. Second thing, high risk to reward trades. Very high risk to reward trades. All you need is one trade and it wipes out 10, 20 losses. That sounds amazing. Easy to market. In reality, it's very unlikely that you're going to hit those trades consistently. Okay, it doesn't work like that. And so notice how most of the systems, most of the popular systems that you see are just very easy to market. What's another system that's very common? Orb, opening range break. Why is it so common? All you need to do is look at the chart during this period of time, each and every day, and you're profitable. Again, easy to market. Like, these strategies are not marketed and not used all over the trading space because they're good. They're used and sort of purported on because they're easy to market. It's very important to understand that that's going on as well. Doesn't mean you can't profit with them, but still, it's an interesting correlation. 10 hours right. Yeah, no, you can be 100% profitable and you can go full-time off a one-to-one risk to rewards. Like, why? Something which is important, I said this a few times, is these levels here, once we've got this initial bounce, that's my edge. My edge in the market, I don't know that price is going to do this. I don't know that price is going to do this. Look, sometimes I'll post videos and I'll be like, yeah, we caught this trade. I didn't know it was going to do that. I'm going to be completely honest. I had no idea price was going to do all of this. I had no idea price was going to do all this. I had no idea price was going to do all this. Yes, I was in the trade. I did catch partials from this move, and it was an extremely good move. I had no idea price was going to do this, and I'm not going to act like I do. I had the idea, using my system, that we would get a bounce from this level. I entered the trade, and we ran into profit. My edge is done. That's my edge in the market. It's simple. I want to get a nice little move. Okay, that's it. From there, that's where trade management comes into play. Okay, that's where I'm just going to take partials, try and squeeze as much out of the position as possible. If we go back up to break even, I've secured profits. It's fine. I don't know that it's not going to do that. If we go into profit, great. I'm going to profit more. But I don't know that price is going to do this massive move. I don't know that. All I know is that when price comes to my levels, there's a high likelihood that it's going to move from those levels. And that's all it is. And I think that's very important as well. You know, I may catch some very nice moves, but the edge is just the little bounce. Like, that is really it. You put it. 51% remote one-to-one, and you'll be up every... Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait there. I need to move my trade. I've been messing around with the OBS today. Let me move it here. Let me do this. There we go. Basically, I was saying, I don't know this is going to happen. I don't know this is going to happen. I wait for price to hit a level, and then that's my edge. After that, I don't know. I hope the little monologue that I gave makes sense, even with the chart throws. I hope it does make sense. Wait there, let me... There we go. It should. I think it'd be fine. Sorted. Perfect. Yeah, I hope that makes sense, even with the chart that was playing up. But yeah, it's very important. Okay, perfect. I've let frame chains in hindsight so people can understand how you got in the trade is such a complicated and fragile process. Ricky, you know what? I 100% agree with that. It is very, very difficult because... Let me reset this. There we go. It's very difficult because I can 100%, and I'm fully aware of this, I can accidentally sort of go into detail on something in hindsight. Like when I'm explaining a trade, once it's happened, even if I did take that trade, like, still explaining it in hindsight can be quite difficult. I do agree with that. riding the wave instead of predicting it. 100%. 100%. I do completely agree with that. And sometimes you'll catch some amazing trades. And look, last week was a very good week. Last week was really nice, and did enjoy it. Unfortunately, I didn't get out of the full position, and sort of part of the position I am still in now. It's at like break even is pretty much here, but secured I don't know how much profits, quite a bit. Yeah, pretty much Ricky. So I do agree with that. Explaining trades in hindsight is very difficult, but this is why in the private group I do give, as we approach the level and while the level's being hit, I'm talking through what I'm saying. Like, I'm explaining, okay, I'm seeing this, this is what I'm sort of looking at. I think this level is really nice because of this reason. I think this level is really nice because of this reason. Like, I try and explain it as I go, so you can get that sort of real time, because it's very hard to get that other than when I am actually like at the charts looking for a position. Daniel, look, it was a decent week. It was a decent week. I've got to be honest. It was, yeah, definitely. But last week was pretty good. I think last week was it was one of the biggest like starts to the month. Secured a few Lambos. No, I don't know about that. It's always good to hear. Yeah, and I hope everyone had an amazing start to the month as well. And even if you didn't, there's plenty of time left this month. I mean, big shout out to Darren, who was here on his earlier. Hitting 10K in a week is absolutely amazing. So, massive shout out to Darren as well. I think everyone reacted to his post in the group as well. There's a good few members who are up like, 1,000, 2,000 in that range as well. Already, the start of this month, which is, incredible. So, massive shout out to the team as well. But yeah, overall, I'm sort of, if we take out this high, then this level's invalidated. If we take out this low, this level's invalidated. I am looking for this level here, this level here. This level, I'm like market open might tag it, and if market open tags it straight away, then I'm not too into it. And yeah, last week we did catch this exact bottom here, this exact top here, this exact top here. This was a trade that was actually given inside the group. It ran like 1 to 24R or something ridiculous like that. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking for next week, and I am hoping and sort of anticipating us to basically form something like this, something kind of like this, and then that's kind of what I'm looking for. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but that's kind of an idea of what I'm looking for. God, why does this chart keep freezing? 1 second, let me go like this. Let me go like this. There we go. This is what I'm sort of looking for. I do apologise for the chart freezing tonight and the setup. Normally the setup and everything does look a lot better, and everything's a lot better than this. It's just that I'm moving the setup around, like got cameras and boxes and a bloody whiteboard there. So everything's sort of moving around tonight, but it'll be fixed tomorrow. And yeah, so this is basically what I'm kind of looking for. And yeah, but we'll see how Asia opens, and we'll see what goes on. I'm looking forward to whipping out the whiteboard tomorrow night as well. Make sure you're around. Tomorrow's live stream is going to be really good. Like, the setup's going to be done. We're going to have the whiteboard. I might like dedicate tomorrow's live just to a completely beginner's live stream using the whiteboard, so then I can like actually like, I feel like a lot of beginner things I need to draw on a whiteboard to make it easier to understand. So we might just keep it super, super basic tomorrow. If you are looking for a basic rundown into trading, I do recommend, checking out Mark's masterclass I did on YouTube. It's the pinned video on YouTube. Mark's a member of the community, joined, just following the trades inside the group, made over $16,000 in about 40 days, and he didn't know anything about trading. We flew him out to Dubai, and we went over the basics of trading with him. It was a really good masterclass. I'd definitely encourage you watching that. And if you want any more information on the private group where you can gain signals, analysis, courses, community, we're doing in-person events now. We've got an in-person event in London with over 150 members turning up. You can check that out. You gain access to that inside the private group as well. So yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna finish up the live there. Hope everyone had a great night. I'll be live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. UK time. So I'll go live 8 p.m. every single night, Sunday to Thursday. I will be live tomorrow as well, New York Open. Yeah, I will be live New York Open tomorrow. So anyway, guys, take care. Have a great rest of the evening. Hope you had a great weekend. And yeah, let's smash next week, guys. Anyway, take care. See you in a bit. See you in a bit, Daniel. Crypto Puppy, Lady H, Ian, Craig, XPR, the man, the myth, the legend. Lazy Queen, Leanne, Steve, Moneyman, great to have you as well tonight, mate. Nate, Reto, Alan, Yusuf, Enjoy Your Kebabs, Yusuf, Dylan, Clint, Katie, Steph. Who else have we had on tonight? Reese, the Brick Shed. Take care, guys. Have a